recently I saw a hack, a biscuit hack, and it said, hey, if you got some self-rising flour, some buttermilk, and some butter, you can make a biscuit. And nothing really to it, but I'm going to also throw in a little bit. I got a little bit of cheddar too, so I'm going to throw in a little bit of cheddar. And I don't want like a perfectly round biscuit. I don't want like a, well, I do have some cookie cutters here. But I don't know exactly what I'm getting at. And I don't know that I really need to roll it out. I don't know. I think I'm just going to spread it out. I mean, we're going to try and rough this. But I really want, it's funny, I want to make this bread because we were talking in a sense about, just keep trying to warm up this butter here. We were talking in a sense about bread and how bread was, what did bread mean across cultures. And having a discussion about bread or asking a person about the bread that's native to them and their community or their ethnicity or their country or their, just asking a person, what was the bread when you were growing up? What bread did your grandparents make? I mean, everybody got a generation before them, and hopefully everybody will have a generation after them. What do we pass on? I think we're at a point now, we don't pass on much of anything. But we were talking about why the Starbucks in any other conversation, like even with the Monique conversation, why every time these things come out and manipulate our emotion, because that's really all they do. Starbucks will make a couple of apologies, they'll make a couple of videos, they might hire a couple people, they'll end up like every other company with that black person in the corner office calling themselves a diversity person. And I'm like, why is a diversity person always black? That ain't diversity. Why is the diversity officer always black? Right? And then, cause I never understand that. I hate when it makes me so mad. And then all they do is go to galas and go to, I know too much. Why is the diversity officer always black? Tell me that, and they won't be after a while because there's a couple other ethnicities coming up behind us that's gonna take it up. I'm roughly gonna think I need about two cups of flour. I don't think I need much of this. I think it said 2 cups of flour. Oh no. Where's my big measuring cup, y'all? 2 cups of flour. I think it's in a dishwasher. And you know what? This is for liquid. I don't even know why I grabbed that. Because my truly Petty Betty would tell us to go to our one for whatever you call matter. I don't know, hell. So I'm just gonna do 2 cups of flour in here. Self-rising flour I'm using. I'm not even gonna, well, I guess if I sift it out, it'll be lighter. We're learning, y'all. Take your time. Stop tripping. I bought one of those things too. I know I did. So I'm gonna sift this because I do want a lighter biscuit. I don't know what the hell that means. We learning. Right? My grandma used to do it this way. Look at that girl go. I got a couple of tubes. Y'all can't see it over here on this. There you go. Get down there, Facebook. I got 2 Facebooks running. I got a Facebook running over here on drybuzz.com. And I've got Instagram. Instagram's still hanging. I hate Instagram. So I'm sifting 2 cups of flour. That was 1. Only because, I don't know why. And sometimes I don't think you need to, but oh wait, what? Y'all are no good. Y'all let me mess up all the time. So this is a cup. And we usually don't measure stuff. That's one thing about black folk. Black folk don't measure nothing. And if y'all coming on my video trying to see what I say about black people, shame on you. Shame on you. But I will talk about some black folk, honey, because black folk be tripping, getting me all up out of my bed talking about some Starbucks. So I'm sifting 2 cups of flour in it. And it is a big difference. If you look at the flour, see the difference between the flour in the strainer and then the flour in the bowl? It looks a little bit more. But you know who has a good biscuit? What is it? Thumbs Up Diner? They have a good wheat biscuit, so I will be going out this week. Look, still got the price, still got the tag on thing. Like I ain't made biscuits before. I have made biscuits before. Not like this. I have before, but I am going out and buy some wheat flour. We're gonna switch from white flour to brown flour. That's one thing we are going to do. Look at that. Whoa. Down to the last drop. Now, apparently, 2 cups of flour. Rinsing off y'all know me, I don't like to get to the end of the kitchen and clean it up. So I'm rinsing that off. All right, so that, at least we accomplished having sifted flour. I knew how to do that part. For those of you that are hanging out, and that of course makes the flour lighter. And be careful of the moisture you have in the air. I have found that a lot of times when I have the air conditioning running while I'm trying to cook. Now, I don't know how much buttermilk to use, and I don't know. I do know I'm supposed to use 1 stick of butter. But I think I'm going to mix in the butter first, and then I'm going to put a little bit of buttermilk in it just to kind of get that glutinous going on. It said cut in. Now, I don't have one of those. This is pretty much near room temperature right about now. For those of you that are trying to do this along with me, maybe you ran to your cupboard and grabbed some flour and butter. Keep in mind, we got a great debate going on while I'm doing this, and it's not going to move very fast. But what I am going to do, you know what, I'm going to take, and I do have a mixer in there, but I'm going to try and just do this on my own here. And I don't have one of those things to cut in, but I just grabbed one of these bad boys. And I'm just going to try and break this butter up. It said cut in your butter into your flour. So but my butter still needs to get to a little bit more of a temperature, it looks like here. But you start getting that flour, that butter mixed in there. You're going to end up, I mean, y'all know what dough looks like, right? You're going to end up trying to get a little bit of dough. Now, what I did see in a quickness is basically you just taking it and mixing the butter and the flour. See that? Just pinching it together. And it is a hands-on thing, guys. Making biscuits. So you're cutting in, meaning that basically the flour and the butter kind of becomes one, or you end up with these little balls. And this flour is really light. Hey, Quincy! So basically I'm cutting in my butter. Butter is definitely coming to room temperature. And because I don't have to add any salt or anything like that, because I'm using self-rising salted flour. And then once I get my butter cut in there, and you're gonna end up just these little pockets of butter. Which to this I'm also going to add a little bit of cheese, because you know, hey, we want to. Y'all like them Red Lobster biscuits, don't lie. And I mean, I don't know. You know, I can hear my ancestors say, "Girl, it's biscuits." You know, the one thing you should be able to make, and ain't no shame in my game, the one thing a black woman ought to be able to do is make up a biscuit. I mean, dang. Because y'all already going buying coffee when you ought to know how to grind your own. But I don't want y'all to have to go and buy a doggone biscuit, okay? Well, y'all probably already went out this morning and bought biscuits. So I think my butter is kind of very well incorporated. And, I mean, I don't know what that consistency is going to do. I don't think I have to do too much else with that. And then, so to that, I'm going to go ahead and add in, not necessarily a cup. I'm going to have to eyeball it on this buttermilk, because I want to get a consistency. I do know what they do is they make a little well down there, and then I'm just going to mix it up until I get a ball. Now you got those that just knock that out with a mixer. I'm trying to get back to my roots. Okay, so we're going to eyeball it. I'm going to just pour this in here. I don't know. I'm not necessarily measuring it, but that's some serious buttermilk. And maybe about a half a cup I did there. And then I'm just going to kind of go ahead and fold that in and see. I'm folding the buttermilk in just till I get the little ball. Definitely filling the dough. I don't want all that wet dough on my hand. But as you can see, the dough is forming. See that? Can you guys see that? The dough is like quickly forming. And I'm going to just keep it going until I get like a little bit of ball. I'm going to go in a little bit more buttermilk here. Let me see. I mean, basically, we're talking about bare minimum biscuit. Bare minimum biscuit that's going to just bake up. So I'm going to go in with a little bit more. I'm going to fold in a little bit more buttermilk in that. Smells like buttermilk. There we go. I think I got a little bit of ball now. A little bit more of a ball. Definitely sticky. Ugh. Sticky icky. I don't know how to get this out of my hand. I'm just going to keep folding. It's amazing that this will bake up into something. I don't know what, but... And I have a time or two made biscuits in my lifetime. It just seemed like something natural that our grandparents could just go in there and make that. And most people, I know y'all, only one y'all have seen is on television. That's all right, too. That's all right, too. But I know my grandmother could go in there. It's like she'd walk through the kitchen and the oven would just start humming. I mean, like, dang. So this is in this ball that I'm getting here. It seems to be working out. Except I got a chunk of it on my fingers here, which I probably should have had a little bit more flour on this thing here. I'm gonna put some flour down here on my parchment paper. I'm using parchment paper, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a little bit of flour and just spread that down. And then I'm going to take my ball. I don't think I want to go into this ball with anymore. I think now at this point I just want to get it. Just go ahead and get my little dough. See how quickly that is? See that came together. Now I just still have to figure out how to. And I don't want to knead it. I don't want to roll it out too much. I think as long as it's stuck together. See that? See my dough? I'm holding it higher because of the comments. When do you invite hungry people over? When they put in on this. Now see, I got this whole biscuit stuck to my hand here, guys. I gotta figure out. I should have had a little flour on my hand before I went in to this. Let me try and get this. I'm gonna try and incorporate this into. As soon as I get it perfected, we're gonna have a dinner. We're gonna have either a breakfast or a dinner. I don't know. So there we go. And shout out to everybody that could just whip up biscuits. Oh my God. Shout out to you. Love you for it. What I did not do, guys, I did not get the cheese in there. So it may just do a batch of cheese biscuits. Let's just see if this bakes or let's see what this does. We don't know what this is going to do. But for those of you trying to follow along, I did use about a cup of buttermilk, 2 cups of flour, a cup of buttermilk. Just make sure that was self-rising, already salted flour, 1 stick of butter, salted butter. You make whatever substitutions you need to make along the way. I'm going to put a little bit of flour on top of this so I can go ahead and... So my hands won't end up with flour shooting everywhere. So, and then basically I'm going to spread this out. I want a pretty thick biscuit. I don't want a lot of biscuit. I want a pretty thick biscuit. And I'm just going to cut it. And let me do this. I'm going to also... I need to find my other paper towels. I am going to... grab one of my little cookie sheets down here. To which I'm also going to, now because I didn't do I didn't put oil or lard or any of that stuff in this. I don't expect I'm going to have a lot of oil coming out of this. I'm going to put this on parchment paper so I can just pop it up. So and I don't think I need to spray that and that like that. I think that's going to come off of there fine. Because we did the potato roll up on the parchment paper, and that came out perfect. And as a matter of fact, I need to cut up some potatoes for this afternoon's dinner. We're going to have some cube steak and scalloped potatoes, which we're not going to do a box of scalloped potatoes. We're not, Petty Betty's cooking that. No, Petty Betty don't let me live stream her cooking. So let me rinse this up. So, what we have, I'm excited that I have some dough right here. Can y'all see that? See that there? Look at that. Look at that biscuit dough. I'm excited. And again, I could probably spread it out a little bit more. I don't want to. I don't. So I'm just going to kind of see if I can cut this. And show you guys a biscuit. Okay, am I supposed to have that much flour on that biscuit? There we go, biscuit number one. See that? Biscuit number one. You know, there you go. It hasn't been all on a tanker. It hasn't been shipped all over. Hello there, Demetria Bryant. There we go, guys. We have ourselves a biscuit. And I'm going to put that biscuit on the pan there. We got ourselves a biscuit. Look like we don't get before. We actually could roll this up. We are going to do another batch. I forgot to put the cheese in this one. So we'll do a quick little batch. I'm going to just kind of dust that off a little bit and get some of those, some of that flour off of there. And again, think about it, in a time when all you had was a little bit of buttermilk, a little bit of flour, a little bit of butter. OMG. Okay, we got ourselves some biscuits. Look at that. So let's roll this back up. Let me get a little, well, I got enough flour here. I think I can roll this up and get maybe one or two more out of here. Hopefully this bakes off again. It's full of butter. It's got good butter content. And I'm going to do one more batch because I really want a cheese one. But we got 6 biscuits. We'll go ahead and put this one in the oven for those that are watching. Danger, danger, Robson. I love biscuits. Thank you. I'm excited. I am excited. Like I said, I've made biscuits before, but, you know, hey. Let me see. I'm going to see if we can get... we'll go ahead and do one big center one right here. And then again, I'm just going to dust that off and then put that on there. So it looks like we're going to get a good 6 biscuits out of. So out of the, and just think about that. Y'all, it don't take long. Now, my daughter has a bag of frozen biscuits in that freezer. And you know how I am. I done told y'all, I don't want nothing in that freezer. But, you know, just sitting here chit-chatting with you guys, I could probably put a little bit more butter on this one. But we'll go ahead and get us one more biscuit out of there. Alrighty. Dust that off. And then there we have 6 biscuits there. On the parchment paper, we got a preheated oven. We're going to put these in the oven, and then we're going to mix up another little quick batch, and we're going to do cheese in those. Alright, so hot oven and a butter biscuit. Butter biscuits in the oven. Oh, wow. And then we still actually have dough here. I'm going to see. I mean, like, why not cook it off, right? It's going to be some kind of little monstrosity on my... Why not? Just drop it on there. Might end up being the most better tasting one. It's going to mess up my pan. It's going to mess up the look of the 6 biscuits. We'll put it to the side, and we'll come back to it. Okay, so basically, for those of you that are just joining, here's my bowl, of which I sifted in 2 cups of flour. All right, so, and that's literally what's the recipe, 2 cups of self-rising flour. So we'll go ahead and do that. And I like that I sifted it because it did give me a lighter texture there. So there we go, we get that sifted. Now this is gonna be the quick one, like in case you wanna run in the kitchen and make some biscuits. Sifting in 2 cups of flour. Oh, shoot. Oh, the butter's already out. Okay, good. I was like, wait a minute, we're going to need another warmer stick of butter. Not warm, but room temperature. And not even room temperature because you still want it kind of cold. I used the flour my mother used, which was some white lily. So again, sifting. And just using a little strainer I got here. Alrighty, give that a rinse off. And then to that, I added, I'm cutting my butter. You always see that word, cut in the butter. We got a battery warning on there, guys. Hopefully we're good. Let me plug you guys up right quick. I don't know if this why Instagram hadn't cut off yet. Your Instagram usually don't go that long. Instagram, let me end you and then we'll come back and start Instagram over. Because we had that conversation on there as well. Miami, stop it. All right, there we go. Got the dog bark. Somebody's outside, got the dog all upset. Demetria, okay, biscuits remind me of my great grandmother and being in her kitchen as a small child. And which is a moment I'm trying to duplicate here. Is hi Izola, love Ashley, hello there. So what we're gonna do is take another stick of butter. And I was trying to use tools and gadgets. You know, Grandma didn't have all that, honey. Grandma went in there and cut that butter in there. And I'm just going to drop this butter in. I'm going to use my hand again. But this time I'm going to, well, actually, I don't have to put flour on at this point. And by cutting it in, I mean, I still can't describe, guys, the consistency that you're going to get. You're just going to incorporate the butter into the flour. I still don't know. I can't describe what that is. The butter starts to feel like flour, or you know, you start getting the little balls, little bulbs of flour and butter. And if you want little pockets of butter in your biscuit, like, you know, you're going to pop that biscuit open. If you want to see like little pockets of butter, hey there. Then what you want to do is, you know, I would say leave like these little pieces of flour and butter. But like I said, you know, I saw the video. I'm trying it out. I'm not a chef. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not trying to play one on live stream. I'm a blogger in the kitchen and learning how to do a couple more things. Trying to get away from, as you can see the transformation I need to make. But I'm just trying to get away from using so much frozen in the process. I know some people will say, well, she's using white flour. Well, guess all right, because we're going to go out and try to find us some of that brown wheat flour. We're going to make those substitutions. You know, trying to get away from all that stuff we buy on the center aisles. Like, say, for instance, the things that are frozen and things that are processed and so forth. Here I am making my second batch of biscuits live. And I made them before when the kids were younger. But just seeing how easy it is. And then, you know, once I get it down and once I understand what this consistency, what this really means, how it feels, eating your own cooking, and I don't mean go bankrupt your community. Still go out and eat, still go out and buy stuff, still support other people and things like that. But what I want to say is also in times of need, which times are coming that we're going to need, you need to be able to go in and make out stuff. And then too, I mean, you know, you have these things. I got these things in my kitchen. You know, so actually no, I just went out and bought some buttermilk and some butter, y'all. I was out of everything today. All right, so once you get it incorporated, you can see, okay, still some large chunks of butter, but then I can see now that my flour has turned from white to yellow. And what I know now from that first batch, I'm not even going to look at those biscuits yet, I'm going to let them cook, is to kind of keep my hands, now that I want to use my hands, I want to make some blue soda cake. Yes, hey, lady, long time no see. Miss you too. Hey, Yolanda, Andrea, hi. And the butter, yeah. So I was out of everything. Excuse me, guys, I am getting over this cold. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fold in my cup of buttermilk. And yes, I am using some buttermilk. And, oh wait, I want to put some cheese in this one. And I find that I have to do that before I put in, I have to put the cheese in before I put in the milk. Because once I put the milk in there, it quickly becomes the ball of dough. And so we want to try and make some, cheddar biscuits on this one. We have some regular biscuits in the oven. One Love Tea and these, honey. One Love Tea and these. Now, One Love Tea and these, I know you can knock out some biscuits because you like tea. So here we go. Just putting a little bit of cheddar in there. Notice I'm not doing, and sometimes people like a pinch of salt and all that kind of stuff. That depends on the flour. We know that our butter is already salted. Our flour is already salted. Just basic 3 ingredient simple biscuits. Make it a quick dough, some biscuits. So, you know, you're having breakfast or a quick lunch, or maybe you want a biscuit sandwich, and, you know, you're like, you got so much around you. What happens is we've forgotten, or most of us don't know, how to take food from all of these different quick states and make a meal, right? So, here we go. So now, there's my cheddar. See that? My cheddar's in there. So, once I start to incorporate, I'll make a little whale here like they did on the video. Once I start to incorporate this buttermilk, it's immediately going to form the ball, to which I'm going to pour out onto my parchment paper. And I'm going to have my biscuit. So, I'm going to go with my buttermilk now. And the buttermilk is nice and thick. I'm going to pour in about 1/2 cup first. And believe it or not, something we've always heard, every batch is different. It's not all the same. Let me make sure I get my hands floured up here. It's not all the same. This one obviously looks totally different than the batch I just made. My butter balls are a little bit different. So now here we are. I'm just folding in that buttermilk, folding it all over the buttermilk. I still feel the wet consistency, kind of like the mud. I smell the buttermilk and the cheddar on this one, y'all. Oh my goodness. Definitely. So now I'm getting, let me see, I'm trying to see if I need to go in a little bit more on the buttermilk here. So, let's see here. And here, this is where it gets that mushy part. I've got to get this flour incorporated because I don't like the mushy part on my hands. Because I feel like I end up with this clog of dough on here. Let's see. So I'm just turning that over. And you can see the ball quickly begins to form. And this is if you want to do this by hand. Now, of course, I could have put this in a mixer, dumped it in there, but whose loving hands are those? I want it on mine. Dryer Bus Teachers. She done come up with a new hashtag. All right, so let me get a little bit of, this is ready to turn out on there. Let me just roll that up and get a little bit more there. I got a little bit of wetness on the bowl here. A little bit more wetness than I wanted. Hopefully it's all incorporating, and I think it is. Because we have 6 biscuits already in the oven, so I'm just letting those, I don't want to look in. I'm scared to look in because I'm scared they're not cooking. Oh, wow. Them some big old biscuits up in there. All right, because I didn't need it a lot, it's doing like big cracky biscuits in the oven. Now, I am concerned about browning because, like I said, I didn't do, with this being such a quick recipe, I didn't do an oil-based. It's not an oil-based biscuit. It's a butter-based biscuit. So I don't know what that looks like. Hey, Lisa Stringer Bailey. So I don't know how that's going to turn out as far as like browning, you know, as far as bread is. And think about it. Now that I've done this, how much further is a loaf of bread from this? I mean, how many of you had a bread machine where you toss those ingredients in the bread machine and it did it all? But I want to make something from my hands. One day I'll have that next generation that'll say, hey, grandma's biscuits. One day this is going to be somebody's grandma's biscuits. Oh, Lord. So basically what I'm doing now, this one seems to need a little bit more work. I probably should have done a little bit more buttermilk on this one. Yeah, it feels like it needs a little bit more buttermilk. Not necessarily rolling now. I'm just going to flatten it out here. And I'm going to go ahead and cut out my biscuit. Now this one is 2 cups of flour. Again, just about a cup of buttermilk. Unless I feel like it needed, I could have gone there. I still have buttermilk here. I probably could have put in a little bit more buttermilk. And then just some cheddar cheese. So these again, just a very simple one. And I'm gonna just go ahead and cut. Let's get another pan. We have another pan. Ha ha ha. Let's see. Grab that. And I grabbed these pans just at the dollar store. Let me see, I put a little piece of parchment on this one. And just at the dollar store. Also got the parchment paper at the dollar store. Something that once you start baking, I guess, things that you'll normally have in your kitchen, and dust that off a little bit with flour, and then there you go. There you go. Got your cheddar biscuit. See that? And I know the last one yielded me about 6, so we'll see how many we get out of this batch. And this is going to be, yeah, this one's a little bit sticky here. Let's see. This one is going to be the cheddar biscuits. So when that starts cooking, we got that cheddar that's going to melt in that one. So let's get that going back together there and see if we can get us still feels a little wet. Let's get a little flour on that one. But honey, have dough you will eat. I'm telling you. And I'm doing this because I know I'm making the biscuits because tonight, what we're having with dinner is going to have a nice gravy on there. And you want to sop that gravy up with some biscuits, right? All right, let's see how many. I don't know how many we're going to get out of this one, y'all. Let's see here. I don't know if it's the cheese that made it different or what. But it seems like I'm rolling through this. Okay, one more. Again, we got our 6 biscuits. So we know that the little recipe, the 2 cups of flour, one stick of butter is going to yield us 6 biscuits. So if you wanted to, that's an easy doubling there. Get some more flour on there. That's going to be an easy doubling. And I didn't manipulate that dough too much at all. There we go. All right, 6 biscuits there. And again, just like this one, our plain biscuit, we got just a little bit of leftover dough there. Let me rinse my hands off and then we'll get this batch in the oven as well. So what do you guys think? I said something about Mother Nature yesterday and promptly got stung by a bee on my arm. In the car. Sitting in the car. Dang, bee came in the car and got me, y'all. Alrighty. Ooh, it smells good. Something smells good. Yes. And because we want to kind of keep it simple, self-rising flour, same flour you have in the cupboard, whatever flour you use, if you don't have the self-rising, you have to then go with the baking soda. But see, the thing about recipes, and for people that are starting like myself, people are intimidated by recipes. People are intimidated when they start seeing, eighth of this and a pinch of that and a dash of this and that and the other. If you go out there and look at, it's so funny, you go look up biscuit recipes, you're going to see one like this one, just 3 things: flour, buttermilk, and butter, right? Biscuits. Then you go look at other ones and they got 17 ingredients, right? Hi, Elena Whitley, how are you? You go look at other recipes and they've got 17 ingredients, whereas here, look like those little things they have over there at, dare I say, Popeyes. We got biscuits, so let's get those in the oven. I'm going to show you what these look, the others look like. They just need to brown. Let me see if I can take them out right quick. Look at these big biscuits, y'all. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and brush these with some butter. I'm gonna put those back in the oven. Those are some big biscuits, y'all. I'm gonna get them to melt a little bit of butter. And let me melt just a little bit of butter and I'll get them brushed off with some butter here. And then they'll go ahead and brown. I don't think they're gonna brown. And again, because of the there's no oil. No, what am I looking for? A knife, cut this one. I'm gonna get a little bit of butter melted here and go ahead and get, I think, actually, you know what? I'm gonna go old school, rub that butter on there. What am I doing, girl? No, I wanna brush it with some butter. I'll go ahead and melt some butter. I forgot I got another batch in there too. We got another little gadget. We can, brush, let's go ahead, let's melt a little bit of butter on there. Let's get some butter. Then naturally I would have taken that butter and just melted that, just rubbed that butter across there. But biscuits look good. Oh my God, they look good. They're big, fluffy. And again, I didn't have like 10, 15 pounds of flour. I used I downsized. So, a little 32-ounce bag of flour here. Still got enough left for my cube steak that we're going to do for dinner tonight. My baking pan, my cookie sheets, $1 at the dollar store. Parchment paper, $1 at the dollar store. Go over there to the little kitchen now. All the little gadgets, $1 at the dollar store. If I wanted to do a larger biscuit, I had these cookie cutters, so we'll play around with those next time. Buttermilk was $2.69. They had umpteen varieties of buttermilk. And, I got a butter mess, y'all. Oh, that did not go well. That did not go well. I should have put that in the glass container. I melted my thing, y'all. I promise you, I just melted my cookie thing. Now I got butter everywhere. Lord Jesus. Okay, those are not microwave safe, people. Clearly not microwave safe. Now I got butter all over my microwave. There's no cooking show out there that gives you the epic fails the way I do. So what we're going to do now is we're going to brush our biscuits with butter. So we can go ahead and get them browned up good here. All right, our other biscuits are baking. So we'll let those brown and then we'll switch those around. All right, so that is not microwave safe. And I need to get some more butter because that wasn't enough butter. Oh my goodness, that was funny. So we will be using our glass in the microwave. Oh my goodness, that was hilarious. Hot butter though, that's for sure. So I guess it'll be my day to clean the microwave. All right, melting more butter. All right, let's get this in the sink here. What else needs to go in the dishwasher? We'll go ahead and brush these others and see if the butter helps them. Oh man, I tell you what, I'm gonna move these around. as you can see, now my only concern is just trying to get these to brown. But as you can see, I mean, they're pretty big. Look how big those biscuits came out. I'm concerned about the browning of them. And again, just because of the fat content. Alright, so we got that. Kind of clean up a little bit while they continue. I do need to cut those potatoes for dinner. And I'm trying not to cook. I'm not supposed to cook today. Alright, just cleaning up my mess here. So what do you guys think? So I guess I could do something with that, but I don't feel like it. Extra dough. One thing about it, we waste. Oh my God. I'm bad at that. Yes, self-rising. That was self-rising. Definitely self-rising. Definitely self-rising, because those jokers have risen, okay? We had no problem getting the rise. We just need to get them to brown. No qualms whatsoever. No problem whatsoever getting the rise out of those biscuits. I just want to make sure they brown some. And this is the only other part. Flour everywhere. Everywhere. So one thing I made sure I did do was I did sift the flour. That gave us a really light consistency, so we're gonna notice that in the taste. Now think about it as far as taking it from a biscuit to a loaf, or even just with the biscuits. I mean, how many times have you just wanted something? Why is there so much water over here? I gotta watch that. Ugh. I just waste water everywhere. Water everywhere. Alright. I can't stand when I'm finished to have stuff in the sink, so I'm going to get this stuff out of the sink. So I keep that paper towel, keep a wet paper towel up under there. Keep that from moving around. So we're just kind of cleaning up, because sifting that flour, it did kind of get a few places that I didn't really need it to go. So we're waiting. Everybody's waiting with bated breath to see what the biscuits look like. What does the biscuits look like? What does the biscuits look like? All right, buttermilk biscuits in the oven. Again, my recipe was simply 2, oh wait a minute, 10%, hold on. Sorry, Instagram. I'm blind, I can't see this thing. There we go, gotcha. All right, so biscuits in the oven. Hey, Frederick Wright, Carla Lynn, how are you? So basically what we did was we did our biscuits with, literally, here's the ingredients right here. with the exception of the butter. Can y'all see that? I'll bring you down on Facebook on this side. All right. 2 cups of self-rising flour, a cup of buttermilk, and in one batch we put in cheese, a stick of butter each. Basically, you sift 2 cups of flour. Added to that was our butter. That's it, right there. Oh, baby biscuits. All right, opening that oven consistency over and over like that has kind of slowed down our second batch. But there we go. See that? We got us some buttered brown biscuits. I'm going to go ahead and hit this off with a little bit more butter on top there. Now, again, this is just simple. Okay. So again, just simpleness. Really simple. From here to biscuits. We went from these 3 ingredients right here made this batch of 6 biscuits. 2 cups of flour, cup of buttermilk, 1 stick of butter, 6 big, beautiful, fluffy biscuits. All right, we hope. Taste test. All right, so what I want to do now is I'm going to take one of the biscuits. I'm just going to cut it open. Take a biscuit and cut it open. Let's take a biscuit and cut it open. Which one y'all want? Want the simple or the big biscuit? Let's go with this big, pretty biscuit right here. There we go. How about that? Can y'all see that on this? I see it on Instagram. It's hot. I'm going to just cut it in half here. Oh, look at that. Now that's fluffy. Look at the steam coming out of that. Let me see if I can just let you guys see the inside of that. See that? Big fluffy biscuit. Can y'all see? Everybody see that? Smells like biscuit. Smells like butter. Smells like buttermilk. So let's give it a taste. Look at some jelly. I'm going to take some of my frog jelly. Frog jelly is, oh, I made a mess. Fig, raspberry, orange, and ginger. Look at that. Oh my God, we got us a butter biscuit. I do not need to be baking biscuits. Oh my God. The exterior of the biscuit is so crunchy and so crispy. That's good, y'all. That's good. Oh my God. Good and hot. Now I got a mouthful of biscuit. I can't talk. Oh my God. This is good. I love the crispiness of it. I love that it's not too doughy. I'm trying to handle it, but it's hot. So you still got your dough part. Like here's your bread, your doughy bread part in the center there. So where did you get the jelly from? I got the jelly from Farmer's Table. From the little vegetable stand where I go and get all my vegetables. Y'all, I mean, the fact that I'm holding this in my hand, I was about to say it's not falling apart. And then, look, cooking it on the parchment paper, we ended up with the perfect bottom to the biscuit. Look at that. We got, you take those biscuits out of the cans and all those other things, and then you end up not eating the bottom part of it because your cookie sheet either, you had, especially if it's a cookie sheet you've had a while, and not really friendly to the bottom, but put it using the parchment paper. Using the parchment paper, my cookie sheet is still good. My cookie sheet is still good. My biscuits, I'm trying not, don't cool off. My biscuits slide around. See that? The biscuits slide around on the parchment paper. I don't have to do anything to, loosen them up. So definitely think about doing that parchment paper. And see, with the parchment paper, I didn't have to like grease or prepare the pan. I just put them on the parchment paper. Light, fluffy biscuits. They move around. Look at this one right here. Big old joker here. That was that one after I had to knead the dough again. See, these came out your perfect little circles. This was the first 3 that I did. And then I had to knead the dough again, so it had the crevices in there. And that's why I say if you want like a big character biscuit, excuse me. If you want like biscuits with character like that, don't make your dough, don't roll your dough out so perfectly. Or else you're gonna end up with like these little manufactured biscuits. I like this character biscuit.